Hey everybody, welcome to Nightmares Anyone. I'm Richard. So today it's Friday. It's been almost 3 weeks since I've been here, you guys. Uh I've just been really super busy with some bridal jewelry I have to get done for a fall wedding. But you guys, I have got 5 books that I wasted the time on so you don't have to. Yeah, you guys. Plus, I'm gonna shout out some new subscribers, and I want to show you guys a huge piece of art that I just finished about 4 or 5 days ago. That's gonna go on this bookshelf temporarily behind me. I'm gonna start swapping them out. But you guys come right back. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hey, you guys, who will survive? And what will be left of them? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. God, you guys, it's been 50 years, 53 years since this damn nightmare came out. Come right back, you guys. Welcome to Nightmares, anyone. Let's get scared. Hey, you guys, welcome back. Thanks. So, I'm going to throw on my glasses. I'm going to shout out some new subscribers to the channel. And those of you that find yourself, wishing, dropping me emails, and a lot of you have been about, me wanting to do, it's fall's coming up. And I'm done mostly with all my jewelry orders for the year. So hey, you guys, I've already talked about coming back at least once, minimum once a week. I've got to bring this channel back to what it used to be. Let's welcome some new subscribers to the channel. So these are all people that have been watching my videos here, but have just recently subscribed. So let's welcome with open arms and great nightmares, and let's welcome Erica Rainey, Jordan Tapp, Mike Salish, or Salish, Shelly Dares, Tori Marquez, Robbie and Sue, the Wordsmith Cafe. That's Teza. She is in Australia. It's good to see you here. I know you don't like horror, but hey, Tez. Willow the Cat, and Garrett Clark. So you guys, welcome to Nightmares Anybody. I'm Richard. So before I get into these reviews, I want to show you guys the piece of art. So you guys know that Stephen King's Carrie is my favorite Stephen King book ever. It's one of my top 5 favorite films of all time, whether it's horror, drama, anything. Carrie is number 3. So I wanted to do a, with the movie turning 50 just recently, not too long ago. I think it was this year, it was this year. I think the movie turned 50. But I wanted to do diamond painting. So I did a custom, and hey, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's really cool. It's really cool. And right now my doctor's office is trying to call. Wow, that was a big interruption from my doctor's office, and they didn't even leave a message. So I'm gonna show you guys how big this is. So you guys want to see it? Yeah, here it is. Look. This was fun. You guys have seen, I've done like 7 or 8 of them for some of my favorite horror authors for book cover reproductions for them. I've got the Pennywise over there on the wall that you guys see in the intro, but look at this. Let me take these off. You guys ready? This thing turned out so badass. You ready? Let me zoom back. There it is. Yeah. So you guys can check out the video of me working on this, but see right there where it says Queen on Carrie's sash? It says Prom Queen. When I ordered the canvas, of course that's me. There's Pennywise right there. I didn't notice that when I sent my artwork in, that they had sent it back with Queel, Queeel, and I had to fix it. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Yeah, so that's gonna be framed. That's gonna go up on the wall behind me. You guys hang on, I'm gonna go put this on the table so I don't ruin this. Hang on, I'll be right back. Yeah, so if you guys wanna see how that was worked on, I'll leave a link down below so you guys can go to that video and watch it. But, so I'm gonna do, don't you guys hate it when you will read a new author, you will get you will totally enjoy the book that you're reading by them that you've never read before, meaning the author you've never read before. And then when he or she comes out with another book, you think, oh, it's going to be good. And you're just totally disappointed. Well, I'm going to be doing 5 books now. I've only got 2 of the physical books. They're up on that shelf right there. But I'm going to show you the covers here on the screen. 2 of them I listened to. 3 of them I read, physically read. I love to listen to audiobooks lately. Just in the last 2 years, I've told you guys this before, I've never liked to be read to, but over the last couple years since I've been doing diamond painting and stuff and with the other channel, I love to listen to audiobooks while I'm working on something. So I'm gonna be doing the first one. Let me throw my readers on. So yeah, so the first one, let's see. This one came out May 7th of 2019. This is from Thomas Old Hoevelt, and this is Echo right here. Wow. When it came out in hardback, it had 416 pages. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I loved this author's book, Hex. And I loved his more recent one, Darker Days. Darker Days was phenomenal. Darker Days was so frigging good. So good. But I'm going to read to you what it says on the back cover on Echo. And then I'm going to tell you really quick what I thought about it. So this was a trip. I was really surprised. So I've been wanting to read this, listen to it for a while. So it says nature is calling, but they shouldn't have answered. Travel journalist and mountaineer Nick Grievers awakes from a coma to find that his climbing buddy, Augustine, is missing and presumed dead. Nick's own injuries are as extensive as they are horrifying. His face wrapped in bandages and unable to speak. Nick claims amnesia, but he remembers nothing. He remembers everything. He remembers how he and Augustine were mysteriously drawn to the Modet, a remote and scarcely documented peak in the Swiss Alps. He remembers how the slopes of Modet were eerily quiet and how when they entered its valley, they got that ominous sense that they were not alone. He remembers something was waiting for them. Hell no, I wouldn't have been up there in the first place. I would have probably slipped down the side of the mountain. Hell no, that's the last thing. But it isn't just the memory of the accident that haunts Nick. Something is awakened inside of him. Something that endangers the lives of everyone around him. It's one thing to lose your life. It's another to lose your soul. From the international best-selling sensation Thomas Old Hoevelt comes a thrilling descent into madness and obsession as one man confronts nature and something even more ancient and evil answers back. Okay, I gave this book, wow. I gave this book a 1.75 stars. I thought this book was so long and drawn out. Nothing even happens. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing at first when both the guys, they find the remains and they find the accident of what happens on the mountain. But this whole damn book is more of a self-discovery, almost a coming-of-age book about somebody who's not even a kid. It wasn't really a horror novel as much as it was an endurance action story gone wrong. I thought it was boring. It was extremely long. Nothing happens. Nothing even happens creepily until like 63%. And the first part of the story has to do with somebody else. So yeah, I gave it a 1.75. I can't recommend it. Read his other books, Hex or Darker Days. Darker Days is phenomenal. So yeah, skip Echo. So I'm going to go to the next one. So the next one I'm going to do that I'm going to talk to you guys about is this one. This is pretty funny. Me and my friend Cindy Bennett were talking about Barbara Michaels, an author kind of like Danielle Steele, who wrote paranormal thrillers and ghost stories and stuff like that back in the 70s and 80s. Well, in 1995, she came out with a book called Stitches in Time. It is right here. And it is the first, it's either book 1 or book 3 of a series of 4 books. And it takes place in this like a quilt shop, okay? And this lady brings a quilt in, and well, here, I'm gonna read you what the book, here's the cover of the book. It's had many different covers over the years, but when an antique bridal quilt appears under mysterious circumstances at the vintage clothing shop where Rachel Grant works, she is fascinated. She has never been able to resist handmade textiles from the past, for she believes that through the ages, women wove protective magic into their fabrics in order to mark the important events of their lives, birth, marriage, and death. But there is more than good in the quilt's magic power. Day by day, Rachel sees and feels the power growing as she senses the quilt influencing her thoughts and actions. Much as Rachel's logical mind longs to deny the supernatural, the aura of evil coming from the quilt is terrifyingly real, and it seems to carry a sinister legacy into the lives of the people Rachel loves. Okay, this had 387 pages. It was first published May 1st of 1995. A lot of people give this book a 5 and a 4-star read. Okay. So, I was telling my friend Cindy Bennett, who has read every single Barbara Michaels book out there. I was telling her I thought I had read this when it first came out. Evidently, I had never read this one because here's what I wrote. I said, so I wanted to like this. However, it just got to be like a Danielle Steele wannabe witchcraft thriller, and it was just boring after the 58% mark. Sorry. Yeah, I DNF'd it. I didn't even finish it. I couldn't even get into it. It was it was kind of like Cindy not being able to get through Mary Downing Hahn's Took the other night. She just couldn't do it. I just thought this was boring. I thought it was boring, so I'm saying, hey, unless you're a huge Barbara Michaels fan, skip this one. Yeah, I DNF'd it. The next one I'm going to talk to you guys about. Now, this one is going to make some of you angry. I know this is going to make some of you angry. This is a book from just last year. This one came out April of 2025. This is Nat Cassidy's When the Wolf Comes Home. Now, I loved Mary, but I loved Nat Cassidy's Nestlings. I thought Nestlings was phenomenal. One of my favorite books of last year or 2 years ago when I read it. Wow, When the Wolf Comes Home. But I'll read you the book description. So here's the cover right here. Yeah. One night, Jess, a struggling actress, finds a 5-year-old runaway hiding in the bushes outside her apartment. After a violent, bloody encounter with the boy's father, she and the boy find themselves running for their lives. As they attempt to evade the boy's increasingly desperate father, Jess slowly comes to a horrifying understanding of the butchery that follows them. The boy can turn his every fear into reality. And when the wolf finally comes home, no one will be spared. I wasn't spared. I thought this book was awful. I thought this book was so bad. I did everything I could to finish this book. I put it down twice. I was going to DNF it at 70%. And I said, Richie, just what the hell, finish it. I finished it. It's 7 hours of my life I'll never get back. Was not impressed at all. I would give it 1.5 star maybe for the attempt, but hey, I say skip it. Just wasn't for me. A lot of you loved it. A lot of you haven't read it. Wasn't my book. I didn't like it. I liked his other things that I've read better. So the next one I'm gonna do is a book came out by Daniel Kraus called Rotters. I loved that book. I loved Rotters. I have 2 copies up there. I have a copy signed by Daniel Kraus. And when this one came out in 2013. This one came out March 12th of 2013. It had 304 pages. This is Scowler. Badass cover. Now, I loved Rotters. Where's my cover of Rotters? Let me grab it. Hang on. Here's my gorgeous copy of Rotters. This is by the same author. This book, I went crazy over this book. I love this book. So I was hoping Scowler was going to be as good. Wow. Okay, you guys. So, yeah, this was first published March 12th, 2013. So here's what the book description says. Imagine your father is a monster. Would that mean there are monsters inside you too? 19-year-old Rye Burke, his mother and little sister scrape by for a living on their dying family farm. By wishes, Rye wishes for anything to distract him from the grim memories of his father's physical and emotional abuse. Then a meteorite falls from the sky, bringing with it not only a fragment from another world, but also the arrival of a ruthless man intent on destroying the entire family. Soon, Rye is forced to defend himself by resurrecting a trio of imaginary childhood protectors. Kindly, Mr. Furrington, Wise, Jesus Christ, and the bloodthirsty Scowler. Wow. I hated this book. I thought this book was so dumb. There was a couple scenes of gore in there, but the book is not scary. It's like, well, I tried to read this 3 different times. I tried reading this 5 years ago, got to 38%, DNF'd it. Tried to read it again in 2022, got to 41%. I tried to read it again Tuesday night. I DNF'd it at 72%. What the fuck is this book about anyway? And this is the 3rd time I have tried to read this. So boring and an unhorrific book. And that was with 2 and 3 years between each attempt. Sorry, stick with the author's other book, Rotters. Now that was a great horror novel. You want to read a good book by Krauss? Pick up Rodders. Skip Scowler. Yeah, skip Scowler. Now, the last one I'm going to read is last one I'm going to review for you guys is a fairly new one, actually. This one, this came out in August of last year. It came out August 5th of 2025. It's 290 pages. This is The Ever End. The Ever End by Audrey Wilson. Cool cover. Thought it was going to be like a werewolf or a vampire story or something, or I was hoping it wasn't going to be a zombie book. Now, this book, here's what the cover says. A mysterious figure, a dead televangelist, a series of bizarre rituals. Margot has spent most of her life without a family, with a telekinetic gift she can't quite explain. Since losing her mother less than a year ago, she's felt more alone than ever. When her fiancé Sam takes her to his remote Iowa hometown to meet his family and begin planning their wedding, Margot finally begins to feel like she's home. But the feeling doesn't last long, and Margot soon feels out of place among her future in-laws. Sam's family is different from what she had expected. Not only is their obsession with a deceased televangelist unsettling, but Margot has begun seeing a strange, mysterious figure from her past, a figure that she thought was put to rest with her mother's passing. As Sam's family begins to take over the wedding plans, Margot tries to regain some control by turning to the town's sole wedding planner, who soon becomes her only confidant. Perhaps because she reminds Margot of her former love. But the more Margot tries to distance herself from her future with Sam, the deeper his family pulls her in, forcing upon her generationally archaic traditions that border on ritualistic. As Margot unearths the family's dark web of secrets, she begins to suspect that she may have been brought here for a reason, and it may even cost her life. In the psychologically unsettling vein of I'm Thinking of Ending Things and The Woman in the Dark, combined with the socially aware suspense of Get Out, The Ever End takes elevated horror to a new level with a queer, twisted, feminist story that will keep readers guessing until the end and stay with them long after that. Okay. I said I was hoping that with the author having the same last name as me, maybe this was going to be scary. Wrong. With this recent release into what I know as the, quote, horror realm of fiction, this was not horrifying at all. Nope. When soon-to-be weds Margot and Sam head home to Sam's Iowa family, he is taking her to meet his parents and his grandmother. Margot has lost her mom, and Sam hopes the meeting will be a positive thing for Margot. It could not go any worse. Well, it could have been just a smidge scarier than it was. Yeah, Margot knows that there is something strange about Sam's family being so obsessed with a recently deceased televangelist that they watch on TV. Like some of my friends growing up, their parents always watched Billy Graham ministries on TV, and it was always so creepy. But this televangelist, Red Wright, he is so weird. You know that whoever watches him is either doing something bad or they're just completely off their rocker and completely mentally disturbed. Yeah. But they're obsessed with the recently deceased televangelist that is just too weird to be normal. As this story started out, it was very interesting, but then it just takes that much needed swerve off the road to see if the lovers can escape with their lives. If you love that creepy as hell trope as being in a small town where nothing is what it seems, like Thomas Tryon's Harvest Home, Burnt Offerings, don't expect this book to be that. Yeah. Don't expect another Thomas Tryon's Harvest Home, because though I was hoping this was going to be scary and very well written, it just never gets there. Cannot recommend this bore. I gave it 2.5. So what? There was a couple really cool visual scenes in the book, but the book is so long and drawn out. You could read the first, say the first 15%, and then just skip the whole entire book and read the last 30, 40 pages. The whole relationship that comes out between the wedding planner and Margot is so stupid and unneeded. It made no sense. It made no sense. Evidently, Audrey Wilson, the author, really wanted to, expand. I don't know. It was so stupid. It was so dumb. And it could have been really, really good because it starts out really, really creepy. And these people are really religious fanatics. They are so creepy. And the mother, the soon-to-be mother-in-law, is so fuckingly, disturbingly creepy that I really, really thought this book was going to end up being something that it wasn't. But it wasn't. So if you've read any of these, let me know below. I'd love to hear what you guys thought. So you guys, I'm out of here. It's Friday. I am starting, and I've already started 2 books this morning. But I hope you guys like the piece of artwork. It's going to be cool, huh? But I've been working on putting together a video about how much vintage horror novels, like so many of these up here from Zebra and Pocket Books and so many of our favorite horror novels from, oh my God, the 40s and 50s up until now are based on urban legends. Yeah, you guys wouldn't believe how many of our favorite books are based on urban legends. So I'm still putting that video together. I really want to do some really cool pictures and books and stuff and talk about a bunch of things that I've been talking with a couple friends about lately. So you guys have a great weekend. Pick up a good scary book. Have a good fucking nightmare. Have a great nightmare. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button down there, you guys. Share the channel, and I promise, or you guys can chase me through the woods and throw torches at me or something, but just make sure they're not lit. Yeah. And you guys take care of yourselves. Hey, I saw the new Eli Roth movie, Ice Cream Man. It fucking sucked. The AI in that movie is so bad. It's just a dumb movie. Hopefully Eli Roth is not done with what he does best, because he was one of the best. But he'll never be able to outdo his Hostel films. 1 and 2 were incredible. 3, not that good. But yeah, Ice Cream Man. If you saw Ice Cream Man, let me know what you thought about it below. I thought it sucked. I thought it was awful. So you guys take care. I'm out of here. I'm Richard with Nightmares Anyone. I'll see you in the next video. Pick up a good scary book. Let me know what you're reading down below. You can always drop me a line at rkevinwilson@gmail.com. Take care, you guys. I'm out of here.